Does anybody ever really need crystal clear ice? And I'm gonna say, more than likely, nobody needs crystal clear ice. Because if you just want your drink to be cold, there are much simpler ways to do it that don't involve any special equipment, any extra room in your refrigerator, or basically any other skill. But if you're like me, a 50-year-old man who is in that different stage of their life, who kind of just likes tinkering, wants to make everything they do just a tad bit special, clear ice might be something you're into. Because not many of us can distill a spirit, but we can craft a really good cocktail. And crafting a good cocktail, having a nice piece of crystal clear ice, doesn't necessarily make the drink taste better. I think the ice lasts longer so it doesn't dilute it, so maybe it actually does have a little bit of a thing to it, but the reality of it is, it just looks pretty. It looks nice. It makes you feel like you've actually done something, you've accomplished something. And now let's not even talk about if you are the type of person that entertains, has barbecues or cocktail parties. There's nothing more sexy than somebody coming up asking for a drink and you pulling out a big block of clear ice, grabbing an ice pick or even a hand tool and carving off a nice chunk of ice and popping it in their glass. Doesn't take a whole lot longer, but it will make you the center of attention. Because if you thought you got a lot of love just from making that nice crafted drink, imagine how much love you're gonna get when you actually put that piece of crystal clear ice in it. And there are a lot of ways to make crystal clear ice. There are a lot of devices you can buy. This one is the Ghost Ice. I saw it, thought it was kind of expensive. So I went and did what I do just about every time I need to get something. I went and I looked on eBay and I found one for half the price. There's a couple of things that I can tell right off the bat that I don't necessarily like about it, but the majority of things like that you can fix. The ice cubes are gonna seem to be a little small, but I could cut out a couple of dividers and make bigger ice cubes, and it doesn't fill the ice all the way up to the silicone mold. But I see why. It's this gap right here that comes from just using kind of a standard cooler that they modified. But if you take this and you cut this piece off, you might lose the handle, but you'll be able to bring the silicone flush with this gap. And this gap right here is the same distance between what's not filled up right here. So if you want more crystal clear ice, you might have to modify it. And that's probably what I'm gonna do after I give it this first test to see what these cubes look like. And then after I play around with this Ghost Ice, I'm gonna do the method that I actually kind of like the most. It's just basically another one of these coolers, just a little bit bigger, popped into the freezer. And I actually let mine freeze all the way to the bottom, so I didn't leave that gap. So I'm gonna have more cloudy ice that I need to cut away, but I think it's gonna yield more crystal clear ice. And the reason why I said I like that better than some of the other devices is because I like that manipulation of the blocks of ice. I like chopping it up into pieces. I like the visual aspect of what comes from just having a big, solid chunk of ice. And all of these things right here, to make it easier, I don't really know if I need to make ice easier. It's ice, it's frozen water. Simple technique to make it crystal clear. And half the fun is making the cubes, making the spheres, making the shapes, just hacking away at the ice. I think that is what these kind of take out of the equation. And they might make it easier, so if that's what you want, there are many, many devices out there. And this one, I don't know if I would buy this one, because this one is more expensive than several of the other things that I found researching on Amazon. And there's so many other things you can do once you actually learn the technique. I was in Savers, which is just kind of a thrift store around here, and I saw this on the shelf. It was an ice ball mold, but it wasn't going to give crystal clear ice because it didn't do the directional freezing. So I took 2 koozies, wanted to see what I would get. And I did get crystal clear ice, but I didn't fill it properly. So I got kind of a wonky makeshift ball. So I'll show you what I got. So it was just this, which is basically just a metal container, and you get the silicone mold. So when you put the koozies on, you insulate it from the sides, and therefore you're gonna get that directional freezing, which is gonna produce crystal clear ice. And this is what I got from that. So you can see how I didn't fill it properly. That's user error because I just didn't know how to fill it. So I'm gonna let this piece of ice temper for a minute so you can see what I got just by modifying something simple like this. This is pretty thick silicone, but you can see how you could probably wreck your silicone if you're impatient, which it looks like I'm being. Loosen it up a little bit. There we go. Let's let it melt a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with taking your time. This is not a clear ice tutorial. This is you just sitting here with me in my workshop while I talk about something, just the kind of things that are on the mind of a 50-year-old man talking to hopefully other 45 to 55-year-old men, just about whatever it is to talk about. So I had a comment on another video that I made about crystal clear ice. And the person made a comment, 29 minutes, quick ice tutorial, thumbs down, and something else the person said. And I agree, I understand what they were getting at. But my response was, the ice tutorial was quick, the video wasn't. Now, I also stated almost everything that I do is not necessarily just what's on the thumbnail. It's always some additional conversation, some additional just additional talking. You got a man in his workshop taking a little bit of time to create some things, talk about some stuff. And if you need a quick 2-minute tutorial about how to freeze some water, then those things are out there. But that's not usually the videos that I produce. Hopefully they're visual enough because of what I'm doing, the background that I'm in, the way things come out of my mind, but they're not fast-paced. You need to sit with them for a little while. You need to pour that glass of whiskey, drink that coffee, and just wanna be talked. Not at, not to, but wanting to have a conversation with. And that's the vibe that I'm trying to produce on this channel. The Second Intermission. Talking about things that resonate with men like me. People that are in their 40s, late 40s, mid to late 50s, who are starting to just think about things differently, that are clearly in that second intermission, prepping for that third period. And that's why I like the second intermission and the hockey metaphor that I'm using to kind of describe life and the life stages. So if that's something that you're on board with, this is the channel for you. This is the conversation. This is the community that I'm trying to build. And I'm gonna say one thing, and this is not my gripe, this is just the reality. If I'm saying anything that's resonating with you, I'm not gonna tell you hit like and subscribe, because if I haven't done anything to deserve that like and that subscription, that's fine. But what I'm gonna say is, YouTube and the algorithm tries to decide what you like, what I like, what we all like. And when you find something that you do like, a content creator, a person that has the same mindset, that has a conversation you want to engage with, look at that person's back catalog. Go back and look at the video they made before that, the video they made a couple weeks ago. Because more than likely, you're gonna find other things in that person's body of work that you're going to resonate with. And all I'm trying to say is, don't allow yourself to be completely led around by that algorithm. It's great for a little bit of personal discovery, but when you find something that you actually like, show that you like it. Check those content creators out, because I'm pretty positive that what you find today wasn't completely an epiphany, and all the things that they produced last week don't have the same type of resonance. So that's the one thing that I would suggest, because it's one of the things that I'm doing, and I'm doing it consciously. And I know it's probably because I'm producing these videos, and quite honestly, I'm not getting the love that I think I'm putting into the videos. But that's a gripe for another day. But you find something that you resonate with, and hopefully it's me. Check out the other things that the creators have done. Check out the other things that I've done. And it's probably gonna be worth your while. So here we go. We got that piece of misformed clear ice. It started to temper. There is a little bit of cloud and haze in it. It's not as clear as I would absolutely like it, but I can see the neighbor's house across the way. So it's clear enough, I guess. So let's pop this inside glass, pour a little bit of rye, and start working. I just got another bottle of rye in from, oh, there we go. There we go. I just heard it. I just got another bottle of rye in from the Pour More Whiskey Bourbon Club. It's my first bottle in, and I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna vibe on that subscription, because it might not be more beneficial, more cost effective, but it will open me up to other bottles of whiskey and bourbon that I haven't had before. So maybe there's some value in that. And probably a little bit later, I'm gonna crack that bottle out and see how it pours, see how it tastes, make me an old fashioned with it, with some of this crystal clear ice. But before that, I'm just gonna go with finishing this bottle of Canadian whiskey that I got on my last return trip from Montreal. It's almost out, so it's not gonna be a great pour, but might as well get rid of this. This bottle is kicked, and use something else next time. It's another glass that I got when I was actually at Savers, when I got this guy right here. Thought it was a pretty interesting double rocks glass. I love getting things at the thrift store. There's almost no reason to buy anything brand new. And that's definitely something that comes with age. You start to appreciate comfortable shoes, a nice nap, and something thrifted. I mean, that might be a bumper sticker right there. A nice nap, comfortable shoes, and something thrifted. Oh yeah, now that it's in there, that's definitely a clear piece of ice. So let's see what we got here now that we got that pop. Oh, here we go.